All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Waharakah Kwadash. I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And this lesson was inspired by a video that I watched from an elder from South Carolina. All right. And the video, I'm about to show it to you in a second. The video that the brother did, and Shalom to Akim on the comment board. All right. The video that can you let me know if y'all can see if you can see the screen, if you can see the article on the screen. Can anybody let me know if they can see the article on the screen?
Things which are written therein.
If you could, okay, all right, God. So the elder from South Carolina, okay, he did this video called the future of payment. You know, and it was a brief, concise lesson, and he went into this article which I have pulled up. Another consequence of the Crown Royal, a world without cash. And we've been telling you through the apostles and the elders and the brothers on down, like that's the next move. That's the major next step, you know, from this thing that's going on, you know. And what they're pushing, they'd already been pushing towards a cashless society. Some of these European states, European countries, they already pretty much want cashless, like Sweden, okay, the Netherlands, places like that. They already starting to go cashless, and they pushing that cashless vibration across the world, you know. And it's just another excuse, you know, to go cashless. And so, like I said, the brother did this video, and it was concise and straight to the point. And the spirit just jumped on me to do a video on it as well, just going into the whole Great Reset. What is the Great Reset? Why is it called the Great Reset? Okay, and basically, what you're gonna find out is that it's a basically Esau want a new start. He want a fresh start from what he got already, and his rulership is at an end. And so he wants to try to reset things. Like he wants to try to basically go back and restart it. So when you look up that word for reset, okay, it says reset, to set again or differently. So Esau wants to try to set his rulership differently, again and differently. You know, in this one, he allowed people, including the Israelites, us, he allowed people to basically do what they wanted to do for a certain period of time. Now he's trying to reset it to get people to do exactly what he wants you to do, and to basically put you in captivity, to put you back, especially the Israelites, to put us back in captivity, slavery again. All right, and not just us. Does he want to enslave? He wants to enslave the world. Okay, and set it up to where only the super elite get to profit and benefit from this so-called reset. So when you look in at just bear with me, brothers, trying to get the scripture, Nahum 1 and 9, when you read Nahum chapter 1 verse 9, All right. It says, Salakia. I thought it was 1 and 9. What do you imagine? Affliction. Salakia. Yeah. So this is the book of, I know it's in Nahum. Yeah. Salakia. Salakia. Yeah, Nahum 1 and 9. Yeah, I don't know why. I think that was Nehemiah I was on. Salakia. Yeah, Nahum 1 and 9. Right. So this is the book of Nahum. For some reason, my computer is running slow right now. The book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 9. Yep. And it says, what do you imagine against the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise a second time. So our affliction is not going to rise a second time. That chattel slavery, that era of chattel slavery, being put on cargo slave ships and being basically working without any compensation, being beaten and being destroyed, while the Edomites while the Edomites got the benefit, okay, to the max. That's not going to happen again. You know, you already had your time, you already had your opportunity, and you squandered it. You know, because when you really look at what Esau did, he squandered his opportunity, just like he squandered his birthright. He didn't think anything of his birthright, so he sold it like it was nothing. But it wasn't for him anyway. So when you look up that word for affliction, all right, in Nahum 1 and 9, the Hebrew word there is tazarah, all right, tazarah, and it says straits, distress, trouble, vexer, a rival wife. It says distress, adversity, tribulation, and that's all we've suffered here in this country, here in this land, all the 12 tribes. All right, we've been suffering what? Distress, trouble, affliction, and who's been a perpetrator of that stress and that affliction? Esau, Edom. So he wants to reset it with a guise of, oh, we're bringing the whole world together and we're going to just work together. They putting people in these big mega cities, or they want to put people in these big mega cities, okay, drawing the people out of the plains of the world and putting them into these mega cities. And then now they talking about paying you a universal basic income. Basically, that's all you're going to receive from them. It's called UBI. All right. And there's different schools of thought or how much they want to give you, but it's basically universal basic income. Also, just because this is a part of the Great Reset, also called unconditional basic income, citizens basic income, basic income, and basic income guarantee. So it's basically enough to give you enough to live the most basic life, man. I think here in America they claiming they want to give you like 2,000, you know, and that's what this whole stimulus packages is all about, paying you just enough to survive, man. Tearing down the middle class and creating only two classes, the haves and the have-nots, man. All right. It says a basic income of universal basic income can be implemented nationally, regionally, or locally if the level of sufficient is sufficient to meet a person's basic needs, i.e., at or above the poverty line. So, according to Esau, your basic needs are at or above the poverty line, man. Okay. So that's all you're gonna have, right? It's sometimes called a full basic income if it's less than that amount. It may be called a partial basic income. There are several welfare arrangements that can be viewed as related to basic income in one way or other. Many countries have sometimes something like a basic income for children. For example, in a pension system, in many cases, also include part or similar basic income. There are also quasi-basic incomes like Bosley or Familia. And it says a partial basic income with an average payout of $1,600. And that's nothing. That's nothing because most people rent costs more than that. If you got a house or a mortgage, which they're going to take all of that away from you in a great reset, you're not going to have ownership of anything. Okay. So it says, though the amount varies substantially from year to year, the negative income tax is also strongly related to basic income. All right. And it says several political discussions are related to the basic income debate, including those regarding automation, artificial intelligence, AI. A key issue in these debates is whether automation and AI will significantly reduce the number of available jobs and whether basic income could help alleviate such problems, man. But again, this is all going into the Great Reset, all right? Basically giving you enough to survive, if that, you know? And they don't want a whole bunch of people in this Great Reset. And when you look at the what is it, the Georgia Guidestones, they say they want to get they want to have 500 million people on the earth in perpetuation with nature. So that's a part of their Great Reset. So when you look right here, it says the Great Reset is the name of the 50th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum, and you can guarantee that no Israelites was a part of this. No Israelites were a part of this. They weren't thinking about us as a nation when they came together. These are European nations and other nations too, but it wasn't Israelites. We weren't involved in this. Held in June 2020, it brought together high-profile business and political leaders, convened by the Prince of Wales, all of these Edomites. Look at this devil, Satan's minion himself. You know, Esau, Edom. All right, like you're gonna be the governor of the real new world order, because you're not. You know, and the WEF, the theme of rebuilding society and the economy in more sustainable way, following the Crown Royal. You see, so here it is. They using this. Look, it says conspiracy theories spread by American far right groups linked to this group resurged on the onset of the Great Reset Forum and increased in fervor as leaders such as the newly elected President Joe Biden incorporated ideas based on a reset in their speeches, because they're all these different nations, all these different countries, they got the memo, so they have to implement the Great Reset in their area. So that's what they're pushing for. And it's not a conspiracy, because it's not a conspiracy theory, because if it was that, then why did y'all meet in dark in the daytime for these meetings? And why are they closed meetings? Why aren't they not open? Why don't the people, the regular so-called regular people of the world, why don't they get a say-so in this? Because they know, because the super elite know that the Great Reset not going to benefit you. It's not set up to benefit you. But you Edomites don't understand that you're not going to get another time. You don't got another reset. This is Job 14 and I'll start at 4. Who can bring and 144? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? Out of an unclean? No, not one. It says, seeing his days are determined, the numbers of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So you Edomites, you're not going to be able to clean up. You can't reset this thing up to try to make it sound like you're going to bring a more sustainable way of life. Because in reality, you're the one that destroyed the earth. You're the ones that's destroying the earth. The earth is in such a disarray. One is because you're ruling, and you're ruling in wickedness. Okay? So that's the reason why the earth is all jacked up. Okay, you constantly break the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai. Those laws are set up in righteousness to what? To sustain the Israelites, and even you heathen. Okay, when we give you the law, statutes, and commandments, it's going to be set up for you to thrive on this earth, man. All right, and any other planet that the Lord establishes, man. Those laws are going to be universal, meaning that they're not going to change. Okay, And you got something called the land Sabbath, where every 7 years you're supposed to move from the land that you've been tilling and growing crops on, and take it and go replant in another portion and let that land rest. But you don't do that. So then you get crops that don't yield properly. They're constantly burdened by pests like grasshoppers and stuff like that. You poison the earth. Now you want to claim that you want to try to reset it in your image to make it better. But like the scripture says, seeing his days are determined, your days are determined. The number of his months are with thee. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So you can't pass that boundary. You Edomites been ruling in wickedness for well over 500 years. And that's just talking about in the far west here in the Americas. All right. It's probably been a little more than that. But nonetheless, you've been ruling, and all you've done in your management of the earth, okay, because you've been given management of the earth by the Heavenly Father and his Son, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Job 9:4. Because Isaac was Yahushai. And he 9:24. Job 9:24. Okay. Isaac was Yahushai. He gave you that blessing. And now you're trying to extend that blessing perpetually by coming together just like Nimrod and trying to create a so-called one world order, man. But it's not going to work, because that one world order is not for you. There is going to be a one world order on the earth, but it's going to be through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and the Israelites and our King King David. All right. So and that rule and law is going to be pushed on the earth, not yours. Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So you've been given the earth. All right. And it says you are because you are the wicked. And it said, if not him, then who and where is he, man? Because you Edomites, you are the ones that rule this planet right now. You super elite. I'm not talking about you lower class useless Edomites. I'm talking about the super elite, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the ones that they don't even talk about now. I saw a video and they were talking about the ruling family, basically these families that got the most money, and they put the fucking Waltons in there, and they had the Hermes family, the Arnault family or whatever, and they're nobodies, they're nobody, they're nothing compared to the Rothschilds. Okay, yeah, they got some FRNs, and yeah, they got rulership, but they just play a part in the super elite who don't want to be shown on TV. That's why you don't hear too much about the Rothschilds. That's why you don't hear too much about the Rockefeller. You like every once in a while, you might see one of them come down, their daughters or their sons will be coming down, acting like they're doing such a philanthropic thing by selling off their merchandise, which they're doing nothing more than trading it from one hand to another, And the majority of them are hiding right now. They're in their deep underground military bunkers. They're in their deep sea bunkers. They're in the ISS space stations. They're hiding right now because they know what's coming, and what's coming is not good for them. They think that their enterprise is gonna make it happen, but it's not. This is I know I spelled that wrong. Enterprise. Enterprise. Yep, this is Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right. So you're gonna think you're getting this done, but it's not gonna happen. You're not going to perform. Now there's a time. So this is the article from the World Economic Forum. Now is a time for a great reset. It says Crown Royal. Matter of fact, I'll start right here. It says here Klaus Schwab on these podcast episode Great Reset launch and in his book, we can emerge from this crisis a better world if we act quickly, jointly, right, Schwab. The changes we have already seen in response to the Crown Royal prove that a reset of our economic and social foundations is possible. This is our chance to instigate. Instigate. Okay, let's look at that term for instigate. Let's look at that term for instigate. Hey, the water to the brother GMS, feed the flock. He put it up to Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So that word for instigate, it says bring out of or initiate. Okay, incite someone to do something. And that's what this whole thing is going on. It's really the incite, the trigger, the New World Order. To instigate stakeholders, and we're not those stakeholders. Stakeholder capitalism, and here's how it can be achieved. It says lockdowns may be gradually easing, but anxiety about the world's social and economic prospects is only intensifying. There is a good reason to worry. A sharp economic downturn has already begun, right? Because they're getting rid of the dollars. They're getting rid of the fiat currency, okay? They can't do it overnight. They got to do it gradually, but they're doing it swiftly. That's why this man is funneling all kinds of checks to all kinds of people, because eventually them dollars are going to be worth nothing. There is good reason to worry. A sharp economic downturn has already begun, and we could be facing the worst depression since the 1930s. But while this outcome is likely, it is not unavoidable. To achieve a better outcome, the world must act jointly. Well, there's a scripture about acting jointly. Okay. This is Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And we are the seed of the righteous. Lord willing, we endure to the end. When I say we, I'm talking about the hopeful elect. All right. You Edomites aren't the seed of the righteous, so you're not going to be delivered, and you're not going to go unpunished. So all that uniting stuff, that's not going to be enough. That ain't enough. Like old girl said, make it enough. It ain't enough, man. It says to achieve a better outcome, the world must act jointly and swiftly to revamp all aspects of our societies and economies. So they're revamping all. You got to look at these words. What does it mean to revamp something? Same thing as reset. Similar to reset, revamp, to give a new and improved form, structure, or appearance. So they're trying to get a new and improved form of the society that they currently have, which is wicked. And it's completely wicked. When you look at the so-called New World Order, it's wicked as hell. They trying to stop people from procreating, especially the Israelites, trying to stop us from procreating. They pushing this sodomy and homosexuality and all of these wickedness. And you see what dirty, creepy Jordan did. He ain't been in the office shit a month yet, signing all kinds of executive orders. And a lot of these executive orders, they help promote evil and wickedness, man. Look at his cabinet, man. As the ruler of the people is, so are his officers, man. You see, he's creepy and creepy, and so are his cabinet, man. A bunch of creepsters, man. And they're trying to revamp the world in their so-called image, man. Because this man thinks that he's the most high, man, and he's not. It says, and the world must act jointly and swiftly to revamp all aspects of our society and economies. And that's the economy is going into that chip. They're moving to a cashless society, a chip-based RFID, NFC-based society, which is going to be implanted in the people. From education to social contracts, working conditions, every country from the United States to China must participate. Well, who the one that sits on top of them and tell them they must participate? Them super elite, man. And every industry from oil and gas tech must be transformed. In short, we need a great reset of capitalism. Which, why? Because they're going to show you that the system is not for you. An example of that is what's happening on with GameStop, and how the small man supposedly got some information over the big man and started to try to beat him at his own game. But you see how swiftly the SEC, all these news outlets and the government came and banded behind those hedge fund owners, man, to do what? Which that's all the inside. All that shit was inside job. There wasn't no accident. Even if the little man did get a couple of dollars, that shit was a setup, man. And it shows you that the system is not for the regular people, and neither is this new world order. All you're going to do is serve them, and if you don't serve them, then they're going to have to delete you. You know, they're going to have to delete you. If you got a problem with anything they say, they're going to delete you. If you're not with their cause, they're going to delete you. Okay. It says, having already led to hundreds of thousands of deaths, the pandemic represents one of the worst public health crises in recent history. And with casualties still mounting in many parts of the world, it is far from over. This will have serious long-term consequences for economic growth. So when shit is all jacked up, they're going to tell you, man, it's because of that thing that happened. So we can't, it's going to take time. Even Joe Biden said that, man. He said it's going to get worse before it get better. You know what I'm saying? He said that. Public debt employment, and a lot of people are in debt. What is public debt? Because and people are losing jobs left and right, especially here in Babylon, you know. And they're not going to have you just sitting on your ass, man. You're going to be a slave in the new world order, a work slave. Okay, everything's going to be rationed to you: water, food, everything, time. You know, the public debt is how much a country owes to lenders outside itself. These can include individuals, businesses, even other governments. The term public debt is often used interchangeably with the term sovereign debt. Public debt usually only refers to a national debt. And when you look at the national debt for America, okay, that thing is skyrocketing, man. The debt clock for America, all right, it's $27 trillion and counting. Who they owe their money to? The super elite, the bankers. Okay, I ain't talking about your local bank. I'm talking about those super clandestine bankers, man. You know, which this money not even real. It's not even real money. But yet these nations are in debt. The debt clock for U.S. is 27 trillion per citizen. That's $84,158. So you born with this debt. Per taxpayer, it's $222,000. So you get a job and you start paying taxes, you already in arrears, man. You in the red. Look like this. They're not in the green. U.S. federal tax revenue, $3 trillion. Revenue per citizen, $10,458. You see? But they got nothing but red over here, man. Currency and credit derivatives, they're in the black. But that's this debt. This man, he's laden himself with it clay, man. Let me read this real quick. Proverbs 16:5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's you Edomites, man. And 2/3 of Israelites, man. Though hand in hand, join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. So you're not going to be unpunished. You can't escape that. All right? You can't escape the judgment, and that's what this whole reset is about. You trying to escape the judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and that ain't gonna happen, Jack. We ain't escaping, and you damn sure ain't gonna escape. It is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? And that's what you Edomites have done. You have increased in something that is not yours. This earth don't belong to you. This is not your world. This is your world and rulership, but the earth don't belong to you. We don't belong to you. We belong to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But yet you want to ship people, put people in camps and put people in work camps. Okay, if they don't agree with you, that's your whole goal is to do that. But we belong to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, not you Edomites. You Edomites ain't give us nothing but a hard time and a short way to go. You know, shall not all these take up the parable against him and taunting proverb against him and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his? This land ain't even yours. Nothing is yours. You stole everything. And to him that laden himself with thick clay, and that thick clay is I bought you. Thick clay, I bought you. All right. And it says weight pledges, heavy debts. So it's debt. So woe to you when you laden yourself with thick clay, man, with debt, man. You know, because you're going to be destroyed for that. You're not going to survive. You don't get another chance. The Babylonians ain't getting another chance. You Edomites don't realize it that you've been ruling. You had 3 consecutive rulerships, man. 3. You know what I'm saying? Shit, the Babylonians ain't even get that. Which that was the Assyrians, the Neo-Babylonians, man, which was the Neo-Assyrians. The Egyptians ain't get 3 rulerships, man. You Edomites, you had rulership, man. You were the Greeks. You under Alexander the Great. You were the Romans under those wicked Caesars. All right, and then you came back as the so-called English Europeans. Okay, so-called white men. So you had 3 rulerships, man. So hey, your time is up, man. You ruled longer than the Israelites ruled, man. You know what I'm saying? You had a rulership, and it was fun while it lasted, but now it's over, man. You can't push your way through that door of eternity, because it's not, that door is not for you. It's for the children of Israel. Okay. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, because guarantee you these places that we're currently in, these cities and states, they're going to be desolate, man. And they were desolate before. But in their mind is, we're going to build back better. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai have indignation forever. So the Most High got a vendetta with you Edomites. And you think he don't see what you doing? You think he don't know what you trying to accomplish? You know, the elder he read this article, another consequence of Crown Royal, a world without cash. Not wanting to touch anything is having a dramatic impact on consumer habits. Yeah, man, it's crazy because you see people in the same room, they'll give each other an elbow bump, but then like 2 minutes later, they're all in each other's space, man, and face, man, touching every damn thing, man. You see? Because that's an unnatural thing to not touch stuff. It's called a sense of touches for a reason. But you Edomites are doing that so you can push this chip, man. It says, so it's dramatic, having a dramatic impact on consumer habits. It says about 3 in 10 Americans said that they make no purchases with cash in a typical week, up from a quarter in 2015, according to the Pew Research Center. U.S. Mint has pleaded with the public to use coins again, but the opportunities to do so are fewer and farther in between. Since the start of the thing, more retailers have moved to e-commerce, including allowing shoppers to pay online and pick up curbside, avoiding even the touch card readers. You see? You see? In January, all subways and buses in New York City enabled riders to tap a contactless bank card in their mobile wallet at turnstiles to pay fares, according to the Metropolitan Transport Authority, which runs America's largest urban transit network. You see? Says, let me see. This is an unprecedented change, she said. Now the consumers are used to it. There's no going back. You see? It's no going back. It's no going back to the dollars and cents and all that other stuff. Now they're gonna get that, that chip. This is similar. It says there are embedded, oh, look, contactless and digital payment methods not only require less physical interaction amid public health crisis, but are also considered much more secure than other forms of payment. They are embedded with their near-field communication antenna that can be used for proximity payments via radio waves, RFID chip. This is also a dynamic cryptogram or code, which is unique for each individual transaction. The blockchain, you see? So they're not moving back away from it. They're moving forward to this stuff. Huh? All right, they're moving forward to this, man. And that's what Esau wants. He told people to have sex with masks and shit on, sheets on, just weirdo stuff, man. Weirdo things that this dude has put in the minds of the people, all because of what? This great reset, man. And best believe that RFID microchip is a huge, 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 the biggest part of this whole thing, man. But again, they won't come out and say it. You know what I'm saying? They won't come out and say it. They're gonna say, oh yeah, we got this idea, and we think it's gonna be great, we think you should do it. I gotta call them. Oh, we think you should do it, or whatever. But in reality, that thing that they think you should do is gonna destroy you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to destroy you. All right. Says so again, it's all part of that reset, man. This is Revelation 12 and let me see, 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. Right? This devil know his time is up. So he's trying to get this thing rolling. That's what all 2020 was about. That's what 21 going to be about, and future. Like here in Hawaii, the Governor Ige, he said that Hawaii wasn't going to return to pre-pandemic times until 2023, man. So, and then he said that people are going to have to do more with less. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? He said people will have to do more with less. 2023 is, 2023, or I think it was 2024, because it's 2021 right now. So he said like 3 years from now, things supposed to get better. But who is he? He can't see in the future. But that's what they told him from the top. All he do is take memos from the top, and he speaks. He's nothing but a low-level manager, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all he is. In the grand scheme of things, they don't even let this nigga in the room to see what's really going down, man. These mayors, these governors, they just take memos from the other higher politicians, man. And they set them on high, but it ain't as high as the other ones, See, going back. So this devil, he's coming down with great wrath because he know he have but a short time, because he know his rulership is up, man, and he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight, but he's gonna lose. He's gonna slaughter a lot of our people. 2/3 of our people gonna get caught up in this man's net. But the elect gonna be saved out of that, right? And then he gonna and when all that's happening, while all that's happening, he gonna be chipping everybody. And guess what, man? Yahweh Shai's coming, man. Okay, you Edomites can't dictate. You can't dictate when your rulership is over, because if it was up to you, you be ruling in perpetuity, man. You don't want to be a slave. You don't want to be a nobody in the world again. You know what that feel like. So you don't want to go back to that. But guess what? You're going back to it. Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? This great reset, this is a vain thing. This is a vain thing. All right. It says, and the people imagine a vain thing. The kings of the earth set themselves, man. So that word for set themselves. The kings of the earth set themselves. The Hebrew word there for set is yatazab, to place, set up station for oneself. You see? So that's what they doing. They setting themselves up, but don't realize that they falling into the hands of the Lord, and nobody's going to be able to deliver them out of that. And that their whole scheme is not going to be rewarded, man. Look at what happened with Nimrod in the Tower of Babel. Everybody speak different languages today because of that nigga. You know, and the heathen that were round about with him. The kings of the earth set themselves, and rulers take counsel together against the Lord, because that's what they're doing. They're not taking counsel with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. These niggas are Satan worshipers, man. Not realizing that Satan works for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He ain't no rogue angel. He ain't got no power to fight against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He don't even want to fight against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It pleases him to do the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai on the left-hand side. But Esau don't know that. You out here, you got Jake out here sacrificing themselves and their loved ones for what? For bullshit, fame, and vanity. Killing each other for nothing. But that's their judgment. But your judgment is coming. They take counsel against the Lord, and right, when you take counsel against the Lord, you really you start by doing that by his people, because you taking this whole great reset as a counsel against the Lord's people. And they ain't gonna tell you that you're the Israelites. They don't want you to know that. But it's already out there. The truth is out. The apostles, the elders, the brothers on down, the high priest, Elder Abba Bivens. You know, hey, the truth is already out, man. Hey, I want to play this real quick. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. I wanted to play this little clip from this video of this musician. His name is Dallas Austin. All right. And he said something, and it make a lot of sense. Let me play it real quick. Hopefully I don't get no strike.
Look at that group, like Too Short, Diamond D, Buster, Eric Sermon, Illegal. All of us will be in this whole little squad. And every day, we hold a forum like this, and Jordan just download us some crazy shit. Like NASA sending a person on the road with them when he was talking about spaceships all the time. Because anything you play with space, NASA want to know. They don't care if you're joking or not. Anything.
Yeah, and that's George Clinton. He's talking about George Clinton from the Parliament Funkadelic. All right, this man right here. All right. Because back then, the musicians, they were insiders too. They were low level insiders too, and they knew certain things was coming before they was coming. I remember in the same interview, he said that before all this stuff happened, the cash cards, all that stuff, the chip cards, all of that, before all that happened, he said that George Clinton was telling them about it. And who was he telling? Some low-level rapper niggas, man. And these niggas swear by that book by George Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse. It's a good book, but hey, the best one is the scriptures, man. But that's only given to the elect to understand and read. But this man right here, this dude right here, this off the wall Negro right here, you know, he was calling, you know, he was high on drugs, Satan worshiping, you know, high on drugs. And he's telling niggas the plan, but niggas don't know what the fuck going on, you know? But he said anytime you mention spaceships, NASA sends somebody out to find out what it is about. It don't matter if you joking about it or if you serious, man. Why? Because they know Yahweh Shai is coming back on a fathership, man, on a chariot, man. And they scared. They got to send these people out to figure out when it's going to happen. Or how can we fight against it? But as you see, you Edomites, man, you ain't got no chance. This is Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou should give reward unto his servants, the prophets. Hey, that's why we back to receive our reward. Lord willing, we part of the elect. The prophets are here to receive the reward of what? Salvation, first dibs on the kingdom, baby. And then the wicked of our people are going to get their reward, which is destruction. And the dead, which you nations, you're going to be judged. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. So the same people that destroyed the earth are calling for a reset. Oh, let me back it up and let me fix it. Let me kill all these people because it's the people's fault. It ain't Esau and it ain't Esau, the super elite, these super companies these corporations that poison the earth and the people. Oh, it ain't their fault. It's too many people. You see? And the more people we get out the way, which really ain't talking about Israelites, the better we'll be. Nah, nigga. Nah, man. The second Esdras 13:8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Because when Yahushua come, he's going to become standing on top of a ship, man. And they're going to stop that Third World War, and they're going to turn around and try to fight him. And they're going to be afraid, man, because they ain't never seen no shit like this before. They ain't never seen nothing on this level before, man. They ain't never seen a man of Yahweh, the living power's son, stand on top of a chariot and come into this dimension with the host of a heavenly angel. And that's why they talking about releasing all of these documents of chariot sightings, man. They call it UFOs, man. And now you seeing them everywhere. Why? Because it's time. And they're gonna be so afraid because right now the chariots, they just showing themselves, man. They flying in the air, they doing these different maneuvers, but soon they're gonna get closer and they're gonna start bucking at you. They're gonna start busting at you, man. You know? And they're gonna be so afraid, but yet they durst fight. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude of them that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held his sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flame of a breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together with the blast of fire, flame, and breath, in a great tempest, and fell with violence upon a multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them all up, every one, so that upon of a sudden the innumerable multitude was to be perceived. Nothing was to be perceived, but only dust, smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was so afraid. So this is the kind of stuff that this man is kind of talking about. He said, anytime you talk about the UFOs, the chariots, NASA send somebody down there to basically infiltrate you, to see what's going on, man. That's what that whole Star Wars program was about, man. You know?
And you talking about the motherships and all that kind of stuff. They want to know. So they sent the person on the road with them, but they were so high, they didn't even know who the person was for a long time. So it's like,
Who the fuck
so they'll
is
be like
Buddy?
that. I thought he was with you. Nigga, I thought he was with you.
This nigga love our music, man.
These niggas coming out of the hood with tour pants on and gold teeth in their cap. And I'm like, what was it like? And they're like, yeah, the motherships and all that kind of stuff. They want to know. So they sent the person on the road, and like, yo, nigga, we just seen a fucking UFO.
Oh, yeah, that's the point right here.
Walk in, you know, like the rowboat over your roof. You know how much water that is? And then there we go, boom, we in backstage. They just do this shit all the time. I've been in the studio. Then I would just see the two of us sitting outside the restaurant in Flood before. And then they're going to come on TV and say, hey, we're filming. I'm like, this dude, all the shit, the check. I'm like, this dude, all the shit, the checks turning into cash cards, all the stuff he told us a long time ago. And he was telling us all in this room. And that's when Goody Mob started doing self-therapy and stuff, is when we were having these New World Order forums in the studio. But look at that group, like Too Short, Diamond D, Buster, Derek. See that shit? And I'm like, what was it like? And they're like, yeah, the stage. So they didn't really know who was with him or what, you know. And so he would just download us with all this shit. And one day, I'll pull up to the
And you
studio.
can tell that this nigga don't believe it, man. Some things they believe, which you about to hear a story straight out of his mouth. They about to show you, they about to tell you, man, these chariots is real, man. But see, while a nigga is so consumed with the drugs and with the things of this world, the cares of this world, you ain't looking up, man. You ain't looking up to see what's happening, man. You down here on your phone, you consume with vanity. So they like that. They don't got no problem if you in that kind of mind state. But the minute you start to wake up, or it start to look like you waking up, here they come.
And the Short and George and all of them that standing outside, and everybody's looking up in the sky like this. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And I pull up and Short and like, yo, nigga, we just seen a fucking UFO. I'm like, what? Like, and it's like afternoon time. It's like it ain't dark yet. It's like it's still like afternoon time. And all of them literally, but they sitting up with their head, everybody, the whole inside, and all of them out back. It's like, yo, we just saw the fucking UFO. All of us did. And I'm like, what was it like? And they're like, it had lights going like this in a V. And it was sitting over the damn studio. I said, that's what y'all was looking at when I pulled up? They was like, nigga, yes. Like, y'all niggas is high, for real. Like,
see, niggas are full of folly. But these men saw it, man. And that's what Esau got to fight against, man. You got to fight against that. You are an idiot, man. You're going to be known as the dumbass that try to fight the Lord, man. Here that's saying, oh, your hands are too short to box with the Most High, man. Oh, man, Esau. Nigga, you like a retard with nubs, man. You know? And I'm sure they did see that, man. You know? And now it's so much. That's why they want to shut down YouTube. They want to get rid of all of this because, see, Esau told everybody he was a god, man. He told you that, hey, when you die, you're going to see people like me. When you live, you're going to see people like me, and we're going to be ruling over you. He told people that, man. And motherfuckers fell for it, man. They still falling for it. But guess what? It's come to find out you nothing but a man. Ezekiel 28:9. Will thou yet say before him that slayeth thee? Because Yahweh Shem Shai is going to slay you, man. Going to use us to do it, but it's him that did it. I am, will thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God, but thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee? That's right, man. Thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised, which is a terrible death, by the hands of strangers. For I spoke it, saith the Lord, power. That's right, man. So once the Lord say something, that's it. The Lord don't go back on his word. He say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. And it's gonna be done in the fashion of only Yahweh Shem Shai could do, man. You see? And people who don't believe this stuff, you look up, you don't believe it. That's why the Israelites, the brothers, we always looking up, man. The hopeful elect, we always looking up, man. Because our salvation is drawing nigh, man. When all these things start to go, hey, the scripture said, hey, look up, man, for your salvation draweth near, man. We ain't going to no great reset under the Edomites, man. There is going to be a great reset, but it's going to be under Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and not Esau, man. All right? You Edomites, you're not gonna win, man. You're not gonna win because it ain't for you to win. You are going to get the biggest L known to man. You know, the Lord ain't worried about these niggas, these simpletons that you see right here, just sitting on a couch smoking weed, telling stories and shit. Okay, He's worried about the holy elect, man. Those that stand in stiff for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So I just wanted to bring this out. I really hope that you brothers are edified. That's why I'm doing these lessons. I'll end it off with the scripture from the brother Brian Adams, Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. That's it, man. Most High he don't play, man. So again, I hope you brothers are edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Kakadash, and say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word and truth and sincerity, for ruling well. Salutations to my fellow Ak, and keep pushing, keep striving. Till next time, we almost out of here. Hey, shalom.